Hi guys, today I'd like to talk about how to raise your vibration, how to get yourself to be a better person, how to be on a higher frequency, how to be in a better position in your life than what you are now. Because basically whatever position you're in at the moment is something that you've accepted to be so, and something that you may think is the only way things can be. I say vibration because I think it's a nice way of thinking about the way different people can be. Some people can be in a low vibration. They're in a low place. They don't really make much noise. They don't resonate with people. When people ask who you are, they have to ask. If you have a high vibration, then people come seeking you. That's the general kind of way I'd like to think of it. If people don't know who you are, it's because you haven't made yourself in a higher position in society for them to know who you are. And I'm not saying it in kind of a big-headed way or an egotistical way. I'm just saying, if you're providing a service, be it in a job or in a business, and people know who you are because of the service you provide, then that's a good vibration to be at, because then you're attracting in people to your business, to your work, and that's what it's all about. You're trying to, if you're in that kind of field, you're in that kind of way of thinking, then you want to draw in people who want to be customers with you. So here are some little ideas and some pointers that you might want to look at. And if you're in whatever current position you're at, if you just look at these pointers and look at these ideas I'm going to give you now, you're going to raise yourself up, no matter what part of the ladder you're on. Once you raise up one rung on the ladder, that's better than what you were on yesterday or even on today. So the first thing I want you to write down, if you are taking notes, and you can always go back and you can make notes afterwards, is have a target. Decide where you want to be. So if you're in one place, you feel you're in a low point, that you could do a lot better for yourself. Decide where you want to finish up. Do you want to have lots of money? Do you want to be a millionaire? Do you want to be just kind of moderately successful? Do you want to have love? Do you want to have family? Do you want to travel? Whatever it is, decide what your target is, and don't be afraid to shoot for the stars. Don't be afraid to, I want to have a nice car. I want to go for a Ferrari, or I want to go for a nice 4x4. Doesn't matter what it is. Think about wanting the biggest one and the best one. Why not? Because you have to start thinking about yourself in a better way. You have to raise your own self-value, because when you have a target, defining that target is what defines you. Whatever you have at the moment is what you've accepted to be what your value is. So if you have something and it's not the best and it's just functional, then that's okay. And that's maybe what you just had afford at the time. And but did you really put time and effort into thinking about what you needed to do to get the money, to get this thing that you got, and you just accepted then what you could afford and got it and moved on? Well, then think about it. Maybe you could have thought a bit more about it and looked at ways of saving up the money or gathering the money in better ways, and then had the funds to buy the thing that you really wanted. So as I think I always say this again, I'll say it again. Shoot for the stars. If you land on the moon, that's not so bad. That's a saying that I've heard by a few different self-help guys that I've listened to over the time, and it's a good thing for you to think about as well, because if you start in the position on whatever part of the ladder that you're on and you're shooting for the top, but let's say you land only halfway up, then that's not a bad place to be, because you started down at the bottom. If you didn't actually try to do anything or try to have a target, then you'd really never have gotten up halfway. So halfway is not so bad. Any type of progression, even if it's just one step up on the ladder, that's one step up from what you were before. And then again, it's much better to progress than to go backwards. So once you have your target and you have your idea, next thing you need to do is to read about the subject that you're wanting to get good at. You need to watch videos on YouTube here. There's so much information. There's nothing that you cannot get information on now. The internet is amazing. You need to learn things generally. That's what you're doing. You're trying to read, watch, listen, and learn. So you're trying to learn those things to get you to that place. You keep looking at these things, you keep reading these things until it starts sinking in. And it's something that you want to do. It's a different learning that you've done when you were in school. In school, you were being taught things that you didn't really have any relation to in your life, and you couldn't see how things could function in your life later on. And that could be what would generally turns most people off, because they're looking at things and they're saying, Jesus, this really isn't much interest to me. I don't want to do this. I want to do this other thing. And I think that's a big downfall in a lot of education, that they don't really do good development classes in school. They don't put time into personal development, empowerment and things like that, to develop children's potential, and to really help them realize that when they finish school, that they have another life of learning that they can do. And that school is basically it's giving you the basics. It's giving you the building blocks that you can use in life. It's what you do with it afterwards. The ability to read is a very, very powerful thing, and it's an ability that we really throw away. A lot of people don't use it. A lot of people think that I finish school, I don't have to learn anymore. And that's something that I've always had an interest in. I love learning. I love looking into new things and trying to understand things and not taking them as they are. And that's helped me. When I started on the path of making myself into a better version of me, I was able to fall back on that basic interest I had in learning things. So you'll start doing this stuff, and you're going to see that just getting involved in this new idea and getting involved in this new learning, new people are going to start popping up into your lives, or even the people that were already in your life, they're going to start coming forward and saying, yeah, I love that too, or I've been looking at that too. And people that you thought would never ever speak to you at all in any kind of capacity suddenly become interested in what you're doing, suddenly have an interest in this thing that they didn't really tell you about before. It's amazing. And you'd see it coming from all directions, from directions that you thought, people that would never ever need to go down this path of personal development. So once you get into that idea and you start changing things, your mind will start to change. If your day was usually sitting down watching TV all day because you couldn't get work, or there was no work there, or if you just thought my job is mundane and boring and it just needs to sit here, this is my job, this is it, this is my life, you start changing that place, and then the people that were in your life up until that point will start noticing changes in you as well. And some people might think that's okay, and other people might not like it. There's a saying from Jim Rohn. He says, you were the average of the 5 people around you at any time. And that's something that really, really hit home to me when I heard that. It's like if you spend most of your time in a bar, in a pub, drinking with people on the week, and it's spent mindlessly wasting away your week or your days, then you're never going to amount to anything more than the people that you're around in that field. You can still socialize, you can still have a social life, but you have to kind of put time. If you want to really make money, if you want to really be successful, or in general even, you need to put time into doing that. You need to put time into thinking about it as you're doing, not just to do mindless stuff. You need to do stuff that's mindful. And what you will find is those people that you were with before, that you spent most of your time with, that you may have spent most of your life with, will drop away. If they're not prepared, or if they're not in the place themselves to see what you're doing for yourself, or if they're not in the place themselves where they want to go on that journey with you, or they're on the journey themselves, then what you're doing will be completely alien to them. It'll be completely alien to them. And this could be your family as well. Your family members might see what you're doing and think that it's being risky. And fortune favours the brave. The sayings are there. All these sayings that we've heard through our lives, they may sound old and cliched, but they're actually, very, very good ways for us to contemplate and think about the things we do in our lives. They have meaning. People kind of think that stuff from history doesn't have any correlation to today's world, and really it does. Like human interaction hasn't changed much in I would say thousands of years. So like anything that's come from ancient history is very, very relative to what happens today, because we're still all basically people, and to be successful today is the same way that people were successful in the ancient past. So look at these things. So when we look at fortune favors the brave, then that just basically tells us, if you want to be successful, if you want to make a fortune, then you must be brave and take acts that are deemed to be scary by other people. And the other people that don't want you to do these scary things, they don't have any malice towards you. They're not trying to hold you back because, they don't want you to succeed. They're trying to hold you back because could be your parents. They're afraid for their child to be hurt. Trying to do this kind of risky thing. Taking a stab at this is very risky, and you shouldn't do these kind of things. And this is generally what way society works. People are afraid to take chances and to take risks. But if you're prepared to take the action when it comes along and when it's needed, then you'll be amazed. You'll start jumping up those rungs on the ladder. You'll start raising your vibration. You're vibrating at a higher level now because you've taken the actions. You've read the book. You've watched the video. You've taken time to think about what this information that you're getting. And, because you've done that, then other people will start coming to you because they'd love to do that step, but they're afraid to do it. And then when they see you doing it, then that gives them encouragement, and that gives them hope, and that gives them a wish to be with you, to learn what you've done because you've taken that step. So this is the thing, you need to take the action when it comes along. It happened to me. I knew what I wanted to get to. I wanted to start up a martial arts business. I wanted it to happen. I was looking into all the different things. I was speaking to other martial arts instructors that were doing it full time. I looked at all the different ways that they were doing it, and I read books on the idea and how to run the martial arts businesses and that, and watched some videos that I was very generously given by a friend of mine who was also a full-time martial artist. And I put all this stuff together, all this information together, and I had a good long think about it over a couple of years. And I tried it first, and then it kind of fell in its face. And then I looked into more ideas because my marketing wasn't the best. And then, things started changing, and my family started coming behind me, my wife especially, and then it started to work for me. And then there was opportunities started to present themselves. I stopped trying to be so hyperactive, trying to make things happen, and I let things happen on their own terms. And all of a sudden, stuff just started to click. Things would come into place. I would get a chance to send a message to somebody, to arrange a meeting, and I'd start knocking off venues off the list. I had a list of things, looking at stuff on the internet saying I'd love to have a place there, or I'd love to have a place here, but then never making a booking to go seeing the place. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost you anything to go view any place. If you want to get a new house somewhere, pick up the phone or send an email, send a message somewhere, make contact with the person who's selling or renting the property, and go see it. It doesn't cost you anything. And okay, it might annoy the person that you're going just to look, and you've no means or ways of paying to actually take this place, but you'll get that out of your system. I walked into a few buildings before I started Rebel Martial Arts, and I said, okay, I'm in here now, I'm looking at it, and I just didn't feel it. On paper or online, when I saw the pictures, it looked good, had potential, but when I walked in the building and I actually physically got there, I would say, yeah, maybe not. And then, there was always this other place, this one place that I saw that was in my locality, and I went in to see that place, and I'd always had it in the back of my mind that maybe this would be the place to go to, and I left it till last. I looked at all the other ones first, then I went to this one that I had my eye on all the time. And when I walked in there, I just said, yes, this is the place. And you can do that too. You decide, you say, I want to have my thing here, or I want to be here, and then you and maybe other ideas as well that you're looking at, and don't get kind of caught up on them. See them, view them, stand in there, feel it, try to visualize what you want to do in this space, and if it's right, you'll know. If it's not, if you have any doubts whatsoever, walk away from it. So don't be afraid, because it's going to come up to you. Things are going to arise. You're going to be like, wow, this is happening, like, out of the blue. I just can't believe this. And whatever you want to believe in what's making it happen, that's cool. Some people believe that God is making these things available to you because you've changed your mind, or you've prayed in a different way. That's excellent. I don't mind whatever kind of belief system people have. Then that's cool. You want to believe in the universe has changed to work for your good. Then that's excellent too, because whatever way you want to look at it, that is what's happening. It's your own personal viewpoint on what you want to do and where you want to be changes, and then you'll find the world will change with you to facilitate that. It's amazing. So once you start seeing these things and you maybe start believing yourself a bit more, I want you to start acting like you already have the things that you are seeking. Act like you already are that person. You are that person that's already successful, that already has this million business, or whatever it is that you're wanting to do. Get the clothes. Try, if okay, I would walk around most of the time in kind of lounging clothes in my house, pajamas and that when I'm at home. But when I go out, then I had a stock of clothes that didn't really fit me properly. I'd go up and down my weight a lot, and I'd walk. So clothes I'd have wouldn't always fit me right, and I wouldn't feel good in them. So I just had this built up of clothes because I was struggling so much to kind of pay for things and survive, that I wasn't paying attention to me, and I was just buying clothes that just were functional, but they didn't really make me look any good. They didn't actually fit me properly. So one of the things I done when I wanted to try and make myself be better was make myself feel better. When I saw something that I thought was nice, that I think would be nice on wearing, make me feel good, find a way to go get it. No matter what the price was, get it. Don't worry about so much about I can't afford this or I can't afford that. You can afford the things that you want, that you really want. And I would say to you, if it's something that you think will make you feel good, get it. Don't go overboard. Kind of space out your thrill. Give yourself a little present once a month or maybe every couple of weeks, and get something that's nice, so that over time you'll change your wardrobe. Over time you'll change your car. Over time you'll change your house. And don't be afraid. Just because you can't jump up to the best thing doesn't mean you can't take a step up from what you have now. Excuse me. So when you've got these things, when you're feeling good, you've got good clothes on, take care of your appearance, start eating better. People can say I just can't have fruit and vegetables in the house. I just don't eat them. Don't know what to do with them. Just get them, have them in the house. Get rid of the stuff. Get rid of all the chocolate and sweets and sugar and all that kind of stuff, and just change the content of your house. And when there's good stuff only there, then it's only good stuff you can eat, and drink more and drink and that more water and all that kind of stuff. And you can still have be naughty the odd time. You can still have the food. You can still have the drinks, alcohol and that in moderation. You don't have to have it all the time. And you'll start feeling good about yourself. When you start feeling good about yourself, then other people will see that. You'll start to radiate. You'll start to vibrate at a higher level. Now we're starting to hit the target. When you were like that, then you're in this higher zone. You're in this higher plane. There's other people are saying, wow, there's a big change in you. What have you done? You look amazing. You've lost a lot of weight if you were in that position. What have you done? And you think to yourself, "Just I haven't done much," but like you have. You've taken little steps and you've changed your vibration. When you feel good about yourself, you feel happy and confident about yourself, you actually raise your metabolism as well. And you'll start burning off more calories that you never would have burnt off before, because you would have sat on the couch most of the time, or you would have had lethargic thinking as opposed to active thinking. When you start having an active brain, you burn off more calories. Thinking can actually help you lose weight. So this will all come together, and you'll have people who come into your life who will help you along. They'll hear your plight, or they'll hear your story, and they'll say, "Yeah, do you know what? I can help you out with that. Why don't you come talk to me?" People that you thought would never interact with you in your wildest dreams suddenly want to be with you, suddenly want to help you, because that's what people do. People that have worked to get to the positions they have in life are more than willing to and happy to help people that want to get there too. Just give you some information, give you a little leg up, open that door a little bit for you, so that you can get your leg in there, get your spoke, get your information onto the next person that can help you as well. It's like an avalanche. Once it starts snowballing. It starts small, it starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger and faster and faster and faster. But you have to believe that you can follow through in it. And you'll have raised your vibration. Every day you'll be walking around with a big smile on your face. You'll be like pinching yourself constantly, like, wow, is this really happening? Things are really starting to happen for me. Because you've taken those steps, step by step, to get up there. So I'm just going to review quickly what I want you to think about in how to raise your vibration. Number 1, have a target. Number 2, educate yourself. Read, watch videos, learn, take information from other people. Number 3, be prepared to take the action when needed. Act. Number 4, act like you already are that person and have those things. Number 5, feel good about yourself. And number 6, seek the people with the same goals as you. So generally that's pretty much it. A little bit longer than I thought I might go on the video, and I hope you enjoyed listening to this one, and I hope you get some information from it, and that it does maybe resonate with you in some way. And talk to you soon. Thank you.